Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieda here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about DFARS, NIST, SP 800-171, and CMMC. What if I'm not even handling CUI? What do I do? So hey, if you're a defense contractor who's feeling overwhelmed, tired, and alone, trying to understand all of this DFARS, NIST, SP 800-171, and CMMC compliance stuff, I've got great news for you. You found your home here at On-Call Compliance Solutions, where we can help you transform into your company's on-call compliance hero. Let's jump into it. So, all I can say is, oh boy, going to trigger the entire defense industrial base on this one, you guys, because this is one of these questions that's kind of, sort of deep down in the guts of a lot of people trying to figure out what is CUI and do I have CUI. You know what? I love this question. All right, it's such a good question because there's so much noise around what is CUI, and generally we get all kinds of clients who tell us that they are not even handling CUI, yet had to sign a defense contract or subcontract requiring them to be compliant with DFARS, NIST, SP 800-171, and even in some limited cases, we're already seeing that they're going to be able to qualify for CMMC and get certified at a level 2. So what do we do? Well, the first thing to understand is that in August of 2022, there was a major quiet change to the DFARS laws that essentially says that defense subcontracts, even for commercial off-the-shelf available items or COTS items, still require the company to be compliant. I swear, it was not there before, but the latest modification date is August of 2022, and for sure, that statement is definitely there now. That means if you are just selling a common good to a defense client, but you're under contract to do so, you still have to be compliant. Okay? It didn't used to be that way many years ago. Then there's the question of, okay, well, then how do we know the system boundary to design a system security plan for it if there is no CUI to safeguard? This is maybe the best question, right? Dialing right into the heart of it. How do you design a plan? How do you secure it? Well, this is where things really get fascinating, in my opinion, because there is no conclusive determination on how to handle the scenario that has been tested yet. Okay, again, this is not something that's really been assessed a lot. CMMC certifications on companies that are really not handling CUI yet, or they haven't happened yet. So I'm going to propose a few different views on how to deal with this, because I think there is in fact a black and white view. And I think that we've got this thing nailed. So 3 parts. Number 1, first thing I would do is I would call in a DFARS and NIST SP 800-171 expert in order to actually validate that you have no CUI. Okay, you can call on call. We can talk to you about your scenario, and let's actually get an expert in to look at this, because there's just too much writing on you being compliant. Your whole contract is, okay? You don't want to make a false claim, fail to secure your system, have your documentation in order, and then wind up having your contract frozen or be penalized. It's not the scenario you want to face, okay? There's a reason they made you sign that contract stating that, or there's a reason why you've become aware that you're under this requirement. Again, this is a law. This isn't like even a contractual stipulation in some cases. So CUI uses really broad-based categories, which include things like PII, or personally identifiable information, that every single company who employs people have on file. Okay? Simply put, every company in existence has information which could be considered CUI in the right context. However, the DFARS laws specifically say that there is no need to flow down the requirements if, it's a big if, the company can sanitize the identity of that information as being defense related. So in that case, PII, is it really CUI? Well, it depends. If someone's timesheets in the accounting system refer back to a military or defense specific project they worked on, well then yes, that's definitely CUI, because you can't sanitize that Joe didn't spend 100 hours working on XYZ tank if it's sitting right there in the payroll system. However, if that same person is just a generic job title like engineer level 2, and their job description doesn't have anything to do about working on tanks or defense work, and it doesn't include anything defense specific, and there's no defense related information going into the accounting system, well then that specific part may not be considered CUI, even though there's a category called PII. Again, if it's not defense specific, if there is no relation, if there's no ability for someone to be able to say this is defense related, well then how could it be CUI? This is really where companies like OnCall shine, because we can give you a neutral third-party verified assessment of what is and is not CUI in your specific organization. And I think that is really, really important. Again, we're going to document that in the system security plan and do an extensive amount of work, including CUI flow diagrams, CUI descriptions of what systems may contain CUI, to essentially give anyone on the outside, any assessor, any CMMC certification body, a defined document of where CUI may exist so that they can properly scope an actual assessment, which again, you, the company, get to define and we can help with. So, view number 2. If you have the clause in your contract, then you must be ready and able to handle CUI if it is sent to you. Simply put, you have no control over when a defense client may decide that today is a great day to just start emailing you CUI or sending you CUI via secure portal, whatever it may be. They may not have done it in the first 6 months of the contract or even in the previous years of the contract, but you are required by law to be able to handle it. So, at the very least, you must have some kind of small enclave setup that is compliant and ready to handle that information. That is where we save our clients a boatload of money by documenting what will be compliant in not just system security plans, but also CUI flow diagrams, data flow diagrams, etc., because we help to define on paper what systems and areas and even people are acceptable for CUI to flow through and what mechanisms are there which are approved, secure, and can handle CUI. This is critical because when you start getting CUI, you can't then receive it into systems that are not compliant. You've got to be prepared. Any company that is required to be compliant needs to have this ability, and the good news is it doesn't have to be expensive. You can set up a small enclave, but again, you've got to know what you're doing here. Now, view number 3. Even if you are truly not handling CUI, you will still need to have policies in place and your people trained on what CUI is and how to handle it. Again, it can be a select few people, but the reality is that you are going to have to empower your people, power to the people, to be able to handle CUI with education and training per NIST SP 800-171, even if it's just a small number of people. Again, I think this is another piece where we truly shine here at OnCall. When we work with our defense clients, we bring a completely done-for-you, comprehensive written policy set that covers everything you can imagine. Okay, everything you would need to train your people and justify that your team has the policies in place and are ready and able to handle CUI properly. Believe me, it's not just a basic information policy or an information security policy. We have many policies like IT use and security policies, data destruction policies, policies for contractors that are coming in the building, CUI flow policies that demonstrate which systems can handle CUI. We give you risk management standard operating procedures and so much more. Even if you're not handling CUI, you still have to have the capability to do so if you have agreed to do this in an agreement or if you fall under the requirements of the law because you have a defense contract, even if it's all COTS. You also still have to have a system security plan, a plan of action with milestones, and all of the other required documentation that is talked about in DFARS. You have to be able to even report cyber incidents and have a medium assurance security certificate on staff. Even if it is just on a hypothetical or future system that's not even stood up yet to handle CUI, you still have to have a plan. Again, compliance is all about knowing how you will handle this. So hey, if you're struggling with all this stuff, I can tell you this, at OnCall, we take defense contractors just like you who have had this DFARS, NIST, CMMC, ITAR, and EAR, information security compliance stuff, dropped in their laps like a seagull on a sunny day, baby. And we teach you how to level up and be a proper OnCall compliance hero for your company, eliminating gaps, gray areas, and getting this solved, all while showing you how to leverage compliance as your secret weapon to land more defense work with higher profit margins. Now that's what becoming an OnCall compliance hero can do for you. If you're looking for more help getting compliant, our compliance experts are always on call for you. Visit cmmccompliancesecrets.com or check out the description below for links to get help right now. If you love the content we're putting out here for you, help us out with a big thumbs up on that like button, or even better, smash the subscribe button to get the latest compliance content as soon as our compliance nerds roll it out. Until next compliance tip, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, and hit us in the comments below to let us know what you'd like to know more about when it comes to information security and compliance. And I'll see you on the next one.